How's it going, everyone? Today is Saturday, March 23rd, and we finally have everything we need to get this install going. We decided to try and make a quick video to show you guys how we install these coilovers to try and make it a bit easier with a few tips and tricks. To get started, you're going to want to jack up the car. I don't think I need to explain how to do that, but in case you don't know, you do want to jack the car up using the differential. That way you can lift the car up evenly and throw the jack stands on either side. Then you want to remove both wheels from the rear, making sure you don't lose any of the lug nuts since you'll need those later. Next, you'll want to remove your trunk mats to access the top bolts for your rear shocks. After you remove those top bolts, you'll move on to the lower control arms where you'll find 3 bolts. These are pretty tight, so make sure you are using the correct sockets or wrench. The exact same process is done on the other side. Once your rear shock is removed, you'll repeat the process backwards to install your rear coilover. It can be done by yourself, but since there was 2 of us, it made it a bit easier for us. Since we had the wheels off, we decided to throw some ceramic coating by Shine Supply called Beadlock on the calipers that make it a bit easier to clean the brake dust off. After the rear coilovers are installed, you want to throw the wheels back on, but since we are doing a complete build on this STI, instead of throwing the stock wheels back on, we're going to be throwing the Volk T37 Sagas in bronze wrapped in the Toyo R1Rs. And for the lug nuts, we're going to go with the iconic R40s, which, by the way, if you're interested, we do sell them on the site for a killer deal, so make sure you click on the link in the description for more details. The front is actually a bit easier than the rear. Loosen your lug nuts before jacking the car up. Then you'll lift the vehicle one side at a time and position your jack stand in place. Finish removing your wheels and you'll find 2 bolts that hold your strut in place. Remove those on the nut side, not the head of the bolt. This makes it a lot easier when you're trying to loosen them up. After you remove those, you'll want to remove the brake line bracket and ABS clip. Now you can move up to the top of the strut and remove the 3 nuts that hold the strut in place, and you're ready to start pulling your strut out. To install your new coilover, follow the same steps backwards. Position your coilover through the 3 holes and install your nuts loosely so that you can make some adjustments when you move on to the lower bolts of the coilover. Again, repeat the steps backwards, reinstall the 2 bolts, brake line and ABS clip. Make sure that all your bolts are tightened after everything is in place. The more professional way of tightening the bolts is by using a torque wrench, so that's highly recommended. We did not have one at hand, but we will go over every bolt during our alignment process. If you're interested in taking part on this build by voting on what parts we throw on, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Tuner Market. And once again, thank you guys for watching.